another Generation 2 Plasticon review! Woo!
Hot rods!
Transforming laser rods!
Flying all around in the air and on the ground. Transformer rotors are spinning. They can change before your eyes. That's a rotor shooting guys. When they get into a battle, they be winning. Blazing in the dark, laser rod cars, metamorphing into warriors. Electro, volt, sizzle, jolt, fighting with lightning laser blades.
Completely motors!
Cause I'm a transforming rotor.
Transformers Generation 2. Rotors and laser rods each sold separately.
Back to another Plasticon review. Today we're going to cover Generation 2 Electro! Yes, G2 Electro! Now this is the biggest nightmare in all the Generation 2 history! Next to poor little Slingshot. Fully, completely gold plastic syndrome, right? This thing is gorgeous, but it's like, I can't bear to transform it. I can't. It's like the coolest pickup truck in the entire generation. Like any of the Transformers. Like seriously, this is the best looking pickup out of all of them. And you can't transform it. Sadly, even the light mechanism isn't working on it. Sad day. Real sad day. But, through the limelight of the eBays and all those knockoff Chinese goodness out there, they gave us one we can transform! Yes! I now have a Generation 2 Electro I can transform. Yes, this is a repaint of the KO that I turned around and I bought two of. Why? Because Generation 2 Electro, yes, I mean look, check it out, look. This is the KO. This is the KO as Electro, the way he properly should be. And yes, all this is painted on, everything. There is no stickering here. Unlike this one here actually has a sticker on top. But the only sad thing is there's no engine. See? There's no engine sticking up. That's the dead giveaway. Now, if you guys go out there on the evil bays and you do happen to find somebody that has done one of these like this, it is probably well worth the dime because 90% of you guys out there are avoiding this guy because of what happens to him. It's the same thing with poor Black Zurak and all those other GPS toys. I'm not absolutely sure if any of the other toys during that era really suffered from GPS as bad as Transformers, but, I mean, this guy deserves a reissue. But instead of having to deal with that reissue, I gladly went out and found one of these. These things are not easy to find, which is why I had to do it justice and make an actual G2 version. So let's go ahead and go into reviewing him, right? Here's G2 Electro in his truck mode, yes, and he's got this awesome crazy scaling of pink and hot green color, which is really neat, and I do love it, and it's cool, and it's why I love Generation 2. Yes, this has got the kind of pinkish orangish headlights and windshield, but to be honest, it kind of works. If you ask me, it just works. But I did not bother want to go around trying to find a busted one. Now, if any of you guys out there in the Transformer universe happens to have a busted one that you're so cringing over that you just want to give it away, you don't know what to do with it, you can contact me. I'll take it because I'll probably turn around and take all the parts off of this one and make a proper one out of it. If you guys are actually out there after any such a thing, you can come to me and I'll help you out, but, you know. I try my best to help everybody, but you know how it goes. There is one big thing, though, I can tell you right now with the molding. There is no foot paneling or anything on the original. The original is smooth. This actually has detailed texture, which is kind of interesting. I mean, It's got like floorboard texture here. Kind of makes me wonder why they didn't actually do that on the original toy. I can tell you right now that the hubcaps are removable on this one. They are not removable on the original. So that's a bit of a cheat that they did whenever they started assembling the wheels. The wheels are actually pegged in. I don't know why they did separate chrome little wheels or something like that. Maybe they're just cheaping out on the paint or whatever, but it's something that they did with this thing. And this thing is actually pretty phenomenal looking, since I've done so much love and care and actually built an actual one that does not explode. Anyhow, you guys have seen enough of this, so let's go ahead and go into his transformation. And yes, this is an Autobot, by the way. This is not a Decepticon. The first thing you always try to do with this guy is you'll unpeg his hood, which is really tight on this thing now. Flip that down. And then you will kind of just push this up and it'll peg in here. By the way, this is a disclaimer for this thing. This will hold the G2 Electro sword, aka lance, as I want to call it, because all it is a stick, literally. I have yet to get one. When I get one, I'll put it in the sand. There you go. It's not too bad. It's actually got a bit of a quirky kind of transformation. This stuff does like to stick quite often on here, which is fine. I would rather things be a little more difficult to transform than what they normally would be. As you notice, this thing, I haven't transformed it in a little while, so it's been sitting on a shelf. Yeah. And if you also notice, there is no rubber band waste on this, which is great because you don't have to worry about that rubber band breaking. Something that a lot of folks out there do avoid the Electro and all of the laser rods because of that problem. It's not a hard fix. Like I said, I'm going to do a bit of a kind of review thing dealing with that here in the future. Show you guys how awesome these guys really are, considering I don't think these guys get enough love, really. I really don't. I think a lot of you guys out there are avoiding these for certain reasons, and that's probably why. Some of you guys probably don't like, and this is the other thing, by the way, his chest does collapse just like the original. And yeah, I mean, this thing is literally like the real toy. There's not much I can actually complain about here at all. He is by far phenomenal. I am a bit biased because I am a big Electro fan. I like Electro a lot. A lot of people out there think he's weird because of his, you know, his ankles or whatever, you know. And yeah, he's kind of a weird looking bot, but I mean, come on, you have to deny, I cannot deny that that looks awesome. I mean, it really does look good. And I have to admit, I'm probably not the best in the world at every single solitary custom I do, but I do a pretty good job. I know some guys out there are just stupid phenomenal at it, but I've been building models since I was 7 years old, so I do have some technique with a brush, but sometimes it kind of boils down to patience and time. And my time's kind of limited lately. But anyway, there you go. There's Generation 2 Electro in his robot mode. You check out his head sculpt here, which the head sculpt is identical on the original. His head just doesn't move. That's the only thing I can really gripe about. Other than the red light piping, he's supposed to have clear light piping. But that's about it. Anyhow, that wraps up this Generation 2 laser rod review. I'll be getting around to doing Laser Prime here pretty soon here in the future, because I know you guys probably want to see my opinion on him, because Laser Prime is awesome. But anyhow, this has been Plasticon. This has been Electro, and this has been a bunch of awesome stuff, because yeah, why not? Anyhow, this is me signing off. Peace out, you guys. See you around. Woo!